Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah, it is honor to me to be here today to deliver my presentation entitled Sustainable Social Entrepreneurship Practices in Burial Societies and Funeral Poverty Alleviation. Before I start, let me introduce myself. My name is Nuur Halimatus binti Masrukhin from Faculty of Economics and Muamalat, University Science Islam Malaysia. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my outline today. My presentation today consists of first is introduction, second is literature review, third is methodology, fourth is finding, and the last one is a conclusion. Before we go to the next section, let me story about the background and introduction of my research. Death is a final event that occurs in everyone's life. It is uncertain and unavoidable. For Muslims, they believe that the death is one of the ordinals that Allah has bestowed upon each of every human being. The risk of losing life is everywhere and anytime, and people die unexpectedly more often than everyone thinks, and often about talking about preparation for their own death. As a result, people may not have made sufficient preparation or thought about things like planning, savings, or choosing a funeral director in advance of their death. In addition, funeral is part of emergency spending. The cost of funeral had risen steeply, especially by being buried, particularly in developing countries such as here in Europe, America, Australia, and even emerging countries like Africa, and it made the burial had become unaffordable for many, and it's leading to funeral poverty issue. Definitely, the it is resulting in expenses which have provided challenge to the communities globally, and it appears we can see the burial society which been having always to be formed to address the problem. And then, however, burial society finance rely on monthly subscription or donation, and then they are facing the fund not enough if the actual numbers of the deaths exceed expectations, while at the same time the funeral costs continue to climb, and there is possibility that the fund gathered may be insufficient to cover the cost of funeral. So there is the problem of the lack educate and sustainable capital to back up this social impact initiative. So next we go to the literature review. First, we look into the sustainable, which sustainable according to WCED, it means that development that meets the needs of present without compromising the ability of future generation to meet their own needs. While Kiko et al. 2018 defines sustainable is a concept of the business model that this social entrepreneurship can make a sufficient contribution towards the solution of the needs or problem that can be sustained for a period of time consistently while achieving the social impact to the community. And then second, we look into the social entrepreneurship. So social entrepreneurship as a general is a person or an organization capable to transforming activities in to deal with the social problem in the community. So social entrepreneurship have initiative to solve the social problems and it bringing the positive social transformation to the community. So according to Austin et al. 2006, social entrepreneurship stress that the social purpose must be embedded to activities carried out. While Young 2007 saying that they are combined profit making with the social goals. And we're looking into Shapiro, Shapiro et al. Defines social entrepreneurship as a process of value creation through action involving assets that increase overall productivity. And Maximberger et al. And Osterwalder found that there are three elements in hybrid model to achieve a positive impact in influencing institutional environment, which are value proposition, value creation, or delivery, and value capture. And we look into the next is Boyer Society. Boyer Society, defined by the Fulia 2012, is an organization made of families, relatives, friends, township residents, or workmates who go to save and insure them from debt-related expenses. And for them, Burial societies demonstrate that the funeral insurance that they are provided is tailor-made with the current needs of their society and afford to disburse fund timely without worrying about the moral hazard. And then we can see that the Burial Society is already available in most of the dominant countries like uh, African countries like Zimbabwe, South Africa, Burkina Faso, like in Asia also we can see in India, Philippines, uh, and then Malaysia also we can see the Buddhist societies in the community. And then we proceed to the funeral poverty. Funeral poverty, according to Gordon and his 2015, is relatively about the problem indebtedness, reduced living standard, financial and emotional distress, and impact on grief, unpaid debt carried by the funeral expenses that they are facing to pay the funeral cost. And then we proceed to the next is methodology that I'm using for this research. So I'm doing the conceptual paper. Since I'm doing the conceptual paper, it is based on the literature reviews from the journal articles, and then proceedings, and also books or online news which related to the keywords and research area. This is finding that I found from the literature review which I'm come up from the journals, proceedings, conference proceedings, books and news. So first we come up with the social capital. Social capital in the form of social relationship does not only help and contributed to the development of entrepreneurs, it also transform and be the threshold of social entrepreneurship. So in this context, all members of the societies become shareholders or stakeholders, and they are creating entrepreneurial activities that enhance and supplement finance originally accrued from donation only to solve the problem. So uh, the formation of the Buddhist societies actually build social capitals, and they are have a connection between the individuals that are have multi skills, and also the social networks that arise the norm of reciprocity and trustworthiness among them. So these skills that needed in the Buddhist societies might help them to run the social impact effectively among them. Second is about innovation. So we stress here about the innovation that we find in social entrepreneurship. So they in Buddhist society they innovate something, especially they make product and service to suit with their context. Because before this, instead of they are depending only on the donation and also uh, contribution, so they need to convert with something more variable, or they need to grow their fund. Uh, so, according to the folia, uh, there are Buddhist society who convert the fund into such as burial insurance, credit to the members, and then there are also Buddhist society who innovate the assets that they have, such as tents, cutlery, and beaches. By by what? By they hire for they hire the asset, the renting the asset for the vendings and other service as demanded from the community. so so as we know that in the community there are wedding uh, ceremonies that require tent and cooking utensils. So this Buddhist society can supply uh, in terms of they renting the asset to generate the income. So there are also the innovation which they are transform the wasteland into a car park. So from nothing they are transforming into the opportunities. So from the wasteland they are transforming into a car park and they are generating revenues from uh, the activities. And then we proceed to the smart partnership with the various shareholder. They are also the various societies which they are do smart partnership with the various shareholders such as the other ministry or the other cooperative to develop or to generate more income from the networking. And then the last one is financial and care support, which these various societies is not play the rules in just giving the financial support, but the care support also being the priority of the service that they are provided to the community. So Buddha society offer both finance and care, and they are positioned well to attract a lot of poor households. So actually during the what that uh, happened, the families facing a distress or emotional phase, and these Buddha societies giving their support and care to the families in order uh, to come and comforting the families members. So uh, some of these burial societies they stay with their families and they cook and assist the burial family to plan for the burial arrangements. Okay, so we go to the conclusion. Social entrepreneurship in rural societies can be a solution to the fuel poverty crisis because these organizations play an important role in providing financial aid to cover the funeral costs and also care support during the hard time. At the same time, they are capable to innovate in many ways to be sustained for a period of consistent time with bringing the impact to the society, especially in elevating funeral poverty. Alright, thank you.